Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. In today's show, I'm going to give you some beginner workout tips to help you get fit. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Perry Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast, owner of PutYourselfFirst.com, and founder of Team Power Blast. I'm also a health and fitness coach that have helped literally thousands of people get success on their health and fitness journey. And you know, the way it started out was I was struggling with my own weight gain. Depression hit after I had lost my wife in a car crash. And I realized that life just spins out of control. There are so many things that we can't control, but there are a few things that we can control, and that was empowering our own selves, working on our own personal growth, health and fitness, exercising, eating right. And since that time that I invested in myself, put myself first, I've decided to devote my time to helping other people get healthy and fit. So I'm paying it forward, and I so appreciate you tuning in this week. I'm going to share some beginner workout tips. And I think even in recent podcasts over the past few months, I've been talking about that because there are many people just still out there asking themselves the question, can I do this? Will it work for me? And you know, the whole newness of the new year has worn off, yet people haven't started, or they started and stopped. So I came across this blog post from a lady by the name of Kara Walgren, and I thought I would share some of those tips and give my spin on those because I thought it was really intriguing. And I know that some of you out there, you go to the gym, you do swimming, running, etc. And so the things that I share with you today, just adjust the tips to suit you. And since my experience has been with Beachbody workouts, been doing them for, 15 years. I'll mention a few of them in this podcast. It's not all about Beachbody things, but, you just may even find that you want to add some Beachbody workouts to your own rotation, especially if you find yourself traveling a lot, or maybe the weather keeps you in from getting out to get your run in or anything like that. It's always a nice option to get a workout in. So this is going to be kind of a Q&A time. I'll be doing the Q and the A. Beginner workout tips to get you fit. So and first of all, I really appreciate you tuning in this week and sharing this with people to help them along. So shout out to you. Anyway, one of the first questions, how often do I need to work out? Now, obviously the answer is, anything's better than nothing, right? But I think a lot of us have heard that before, and I've heard, at least 3 times a week, whether it's running, yoga, etc. Now, I tried that myself, and you might be more disciplined than I was, but I found that when I committed to the 3-day a week, I let myself off the hook to where it became 1 or 0 days a week, even though I was committing to 3. And so I quickly learned that path wasn't working for me, and it needed to be an everyday thing, whether it was yoga or following a workout plan or getting your butt to the gym. And that made me cringe a bit at the beginning because I'm like, I don't want to work out every day. I want it to be easy. And it's just not easy, people. Exercise takes work. And it's hard, but you know what? Being miserable and frustrated and feeling fat and not being comfortable in your own skin, that's hard too. So you just have to choose which is hard, which hard you want to invest in. But I say every day, and once you get your momentum going and you're getting results, you could dial it back. But in my experience, and people have dialed it back to maintain their progress. In my experience, you still you lose some of those results. If you're okay with that, then way cool. You make it work for you. But I would go at least 6 days a week, 5 days a week, and have those off days kind of make them active days. Getting out walking or getting out and doing something, so you're not just sitting on your butt and then getting comfortable sitting on your butt and doing nothing, moving forward. Okay, got off my soapbox there. How long should my workouts be? That's a really good question because it really depends on what it is that you're wanting to go for. I know when I first started, I think the workouts were right around the 35-minute mark, 30 to 45-minute mark. And that was probably about 35 to 45 minutes more than I really wanted to do. But, with the Beachbody workouts, again, I've seen people get results in like 10 to 20 minutes a day, assuming that you're really willing to go for it. You're not just kind of going in, hey, I got my little kitty cat that came up to visit. So that you're not just going off and trying to let yourself off the hook. There's the 22-minute hardcore by Tony Horton, the T25, the 25-minute workouts by Shaun T. Very modifiable at the beginning, and you're done in like 20 minutes. So, you got to find what works for you. There have been some people that are like, you know what, I'm going for P90X, and I don't care if they're an hour workout. So it really, really depends on you. When's the best time of day to work out? The best time of day to work out is when whatever time that works for you to be consistent. Okay. Now I used to work out in the evenings. I made a commitment when I got home, I let the dogs out. That was the first thing I was going to do, was get my workout done no matter what. I hated getting up in the morning. I was not a morning person, but when I got to a point where I was I had entered a contest, and so I was doubling up my workouts, and I started working out in the morning. After that contest period was over, I went back to my evening workouts, and I was like, you know what? My morning workouts, even though I didn't want to get up and I'm still feeling tired, I did better in my workouts. My results seemed to kick in better, and the rest of the day seemed to be awesome. So that's why I've gone to morning workouts, and I always encourage people to do that. But you know what? The best time of day is the one that works for you, so you can show up consistently. Next question, should I eat before I work out? I would say no. If you're just starting out, you want to burn fat, not having your body burn the food that you just ate. If you're starving and you have to have anything, if you can buffer maybe about an hour before your workout, have maybe half a banana with a little bit of peanut butter, natural peanut butter. Or if you're just looking for some energy, like, oh, I just don't feel like it. That Beachbody Performance Energize is totally amazing. It's just incredible stuff. I absolutely love it. I actually crave it before a workout, and I really, I just push hard. So that's another option. And to answer your question there, should I drink a sports drink during my workout while I'm exercising? You'll be fine with good old water, for now. Stay away from those sugary drinks. Next topic. The question is, how do I get rid of my beer gut or my muffin top? Oh, that's the tough one. And that was probably my most frustrating time. It was getting rid of that. That's one of the reasons why I started working out. I'm like, I'm tired of this beer gut, so I'm going to start exercising. And literally, it was like one of the last things to go. It was so frustrating. But I was watching other things happen, and I was feeling better and feeling more energized. And I realized, you can't spot reduce fat. You got to reduce the fat overall. And that's what was happening. Fat was leaving my legs and my ankles and my chest and my face, and it was leaving other places. And eventually it got around to reducing more and more and more of the gut. So that's what I was thinking. I'd get the six pack. Initially, I was thinking I'll just work on my abs, because I wanted to get a six pack, and that doesn't work. So it boils down to just exercise, healthy eating, sleep, water, reducing stress where you can, being consistent. I often find Shakeology really helps helps people with nutrition. I know it does for me. I wish that was around when I first started, but I've been using it for 8 years now and feel incredible. And that helps out as well, and helps reduce a lot of those cravings and stuff that people battle with. So next question is, how much weight should I lift? And should I be careful, because I really don't want to bulk up? Well, when it comes to weights, you really got to gauge yourself. I know for me, I started with a resistance band and maybe a 20-pound set of dumbbells. Now, that was for me. the resistance on the band, I had to kind of adjust by doing loops underneath my legs or wrapping around a door or whatever it was. Not around a door, but the hinge. But the amount of weight and the resistance that you use really depends on the exercise. My tip here is to keep track each time and just make adjustments. And each time you go to work out, or maybe every week, strive to improve those numbers or the reps that you're able to do, or maybe increase the weight just a little bit. And as far as the bulking up question, a lot of women ask that question, and really, you don't have to worry about that. Most women don't have those genetics like guys to bulk up. So what will happen is, if anything, you're probably going to get toned, lean, defined muscle. So not really bulky. So there's your answer to that question. Another one I get, because a lot of people when they first start, and I know this happened to me, is I'm super sore after my workout. Should I rest or work out? And actually, a lot of soreness happens, with exercise. And in my experience, a lot of times we don't notice we're getting sore, so we're really pushing hard in our first workout, and then a day or two later, it's like, OMG. But my experience is exercise instead of resting. It gets the blood going. It gets those muscles moving. If you're in a pinch, get a foam roller or do stretching. That can really help. Now, if you're in a situation where you're really out of commission, cannot move, anything like that, then maybe a rest day or two can benefit you, and then get back into it. Don't let it become, where you don't get back into exercise. And when you do get back into it, you just might need to back off a little bit with your workouts, and instead of lifting those super heavy weights, maybe you go halfway. I know that's what I did when I got right out of the gate. Here's what I did when I first did P90X. I was so afraid of that workout, what it was going to do. I'd never done anything that intense before. So the very first week of every set of workouts, I went half the amount of weight and half the amount of reps, and I just focused on the form. And I wanted to make sure I was doing things right and didn't take myself out of commission, because I wanted to complete that program. And I did, and got great results and was recognized for it on the first infomercial. So that's what I did. And so you could take that for whatever it's worth. Next question is, what's better for losing weight, cardio or strength? I know a lot of times people think, cardio, I got to burn those calories or whatever, but I'll take strength over cardio any day. And in my experience, I say do both. And heck, why don't you just add in some yoga, one day of yoga a week? That's kind of the way P90X and even Power 90 were orchestrated. It blended in cardio training, strength training a lot, resistance, core, and it even blended in yoga, which I hated initially, but I ended up fell in love with it. And so a lot of the programs that we have blend both of those together. And if you were to, just a ton of options within Beachbody On Demand. So if you were to tap into that, get yourself an account that way, you'll have so much variety that you won't have to either go all cardio or, just go with all strength. I'm trying to think of any of our workouts that just focus on just one or the other. I think they all blend in both. Some masterminds behind the creation of those programs. Next question, probably the last one, is, should I get a trainer? And I think having one can be awesome. But I know for me, I found myself procrastinating going to the gym. So I was just spending money on a gym membership that I never went to, and then I feel guilty about not doing it. And at the time I really wanted to start working out, I really felt uncomfortable going to the gym. But maybe, having a trainer, that might have been cool. I just didn't have the budget for it. And when I started, I really wanted to prove to myself that I could stick to a plan, to prove a program could work and get results. And I wanted to do it in the privacy of my own home. And the only judgment was the judgment of myself, which could be harsh at times. But I just wanted to prove I could do it. And that was a big deal to me. And that's why I love the Beachbody workout programs, because it's right there. I can get it done. I don't have the travel time needed to go to the gym. Of course, I don't have all the cool equipment and, maybe some trainers. And sometimes working out around people will really motivate you. If you've ever gone to a live Beachbody event, other people are working out and you kind of step up your game a little bit. But I know now that I can stream the workouts wherever I go with Beachbody on demand. They're constantly adding titles to it. And so there's so much variety. They're adding trainers all the time. And so the options rock. It's kind of like having a personal trainer in my house. That's the way I looked at it. I consider Shaun T and Tony Horton and Chalene Johnson and Sagi, all of those guys and gals, personal trainers in my house. I've gotten to know many of them, So if I were to give one last message, a part of this whole process, and it is a process, one that can be challenging at times, especially as obstacles go or events happen or something takes you out of the game or you tweak something. But once you get going, don't stop. I did that in the beginning and it really totally stinks. You get frustrated. You lose some of the results that you started getting. And it's tough restarting again. And for those of you that have been on that yo-yo cycle, you know what I mean. So here's something that may, if you need help at the consistency part, I wrote a short ebook cheat sheet, if you will. I think it's more like an ebook called MyFitStart, and you can download it for free at myfitstart.com. And those tips may be able to help you stay on your path to awesomeness, the way I look at it. So anyway, that's all I have for this week. I so appreciate you for subscribing and sharing this show with someone who can benefit, somebody that's looking to start their own fitness journey. And if they're looking at having a coach, not necessarily a personal trainer, but a coach to have them along, I'd be glad to help. Or there's a lot of other Beachbody coaches out there ready to help. Find the one that you connect with. One of the things that I do is I run monthly groups, fitness accountability groups, that help people get support and stay motivated and check in and to get results and get questions answered. So they're more than welcome to, or you're more than welcome to join one of those. All you got to do is message me or send me an email. So I so appreciate you subscribing and sharing this show. And please head over to the iTunes store and do a search for Power Blast Podcast, whether you're listening to the audio or video version. And please give it an honest review and rating. That will help reach a lot more people. Thank you so much. You absolutely rock, my friend. And remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.